Okay, clerk call the roll. Maria?
Trustee Gray,
Here.
trustee Cook. Is Justin there?
He's excused.
Okay. Trustee Solak,
Here.
trustee Rizzo,
Here.
Mayor Gifford.
Here. Item number 3 is a proclamation for the turf, to honor the Turf Tavern. George and I are going to go over and present it after the meeting. They are not here because this is one of their busiest nights. So the proclamation says, whereas the Turf Tavern has been a fixture in Scotia for generations, and the Gallant family and friends have been serving exceptional food at 40 Mohawk Avenue for the last 24 years. And whereas the Turf Tavern was recognized by the Capital District Chamber of Commerce in their Good News Awards, September 17th, 2020, as a notable success story. And whereas the Turf Tavern has kept going through the pandemic with innovative curbside delivery and creative social distancing. And whereas the members of the Turf community continue to support the Village of Scotia and the business community in general to the great benefit of the entire community. Now therefore be it resolved that the Scotia Village trustees congratulate the Turf Tavern for a well-deserved community award and thank the Turf Tavern and the Gallant family for their continued service to the village. So,
Thank you. Yeah, that's very nice.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Item number 4, privilege of the floor. Is somebody signed up? Would you like to step up to the microphone there and hope for the best? So,
I'm gonna get it fixed. I am. Try that. Try that. It's gonna work. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Anna Watson. I live at 7 Robin Street. I'm here to hopefully change
petition to change
104-9.
Article 2, Chapter 104-9, the poultry and fowl.
It's a little behind. Sorry.
Which is no person shall keep chickens.
Which is no person shall keep chickens 300
We
feet
have chickens in our backyard.
other
which
than
you
their
know.
own.
We plant
We have chickens
basil
in our,
and
which many of you know.
we keep,
We
which we
plant
planted to keep mosquitoes
basil
and
and lavender, which we keep,
bugs to keep
which
down
we
for
plant
them.
to keep mosquitoes
Barnyard
bees,
knives to
and
keep the smell and
such.
flies down.
the
We clean our
bugs
coop
to
out
keep down
every
them.
day to every
We
other
use
day.
barnyard lime
We
to keep
keep our
spelling
runs
flies
clean.
down. We clean our coop
George,
out
I'm having
every day to every other day. We keep our runs clean.
Ticks and the bugs.
The bedding
Which
is good for our
the
garden.
environment.
As for the compost, the
eggs
chickens, they eat the
from our
ticks and the
chickens
bugs,
have less cholesterol than
which is
store-bought
good for the
eggs. They're
environment.
rich in
The
vitamins
eggs
and proteins,
from our
less
chickens have
saturated
less
fat, more vitamin A,
cholesterol
E,
than
and D.
store-bought eggs.
You
They're
can taste
rich
the
in
difference in the
vitamin
flavor,
A,
more omega fat,
vitamins and
omega-3
proteins,
fatty
less saturated fat,
acids.
more vitamin A, E, and D.
The store-bought eggs that you find in the
You can
store
taste the difference in the
have
flavor,
like
more
30
omega
days.
fat,
My
omega-3
eggs
fatty
are refrigerated for less
acids,
than a
and more beta carotene. The store-bought eggs that you find in the store have a shelf life of 30 days.
Salmonella poisoning,
My eggs sit in my refrigerator for less than
and
a
they are
week.
more or less likely to, when you buy
The backyard
store-bought
eggs
those
have
eggs
less
come from eggs
likely
or
to
from
have
chickens that are
salmonella
cramped. My
poisoning
chickens are not cramped.
because
They
the
don't
chickens
want
roam
to. They are
and
in
they are
cages.
more or
They're
less
not
likely
roaming.
to, when you buy a store-bought egg, Those eggs come from eggs or from chickens that are cramped. My chickens are not cramped. They don't run free. They are in cages. They're not roaming.
But they are health effective.
Hens that are cramped together in small cages, never seeing the outside, usually carry salmonella. These chickens are not cost effective, but they are health effective. They get me moving, which helped me with my mobility after my strokes and my cancer. They're more healthy than store-bought eggs. We have made the coops and the runs almost predator-proof. As for the town, you can make this a fee like you do for the dogs. You can, we're asking that you do a license or a permit. And we're not asking for roosters in the town. We don't want roosters. We're asking for just the village to change the code that we just, we want a barnyard, not a barnyard, but we would like backyard chickens. And I do have signatures from people around where I live that like to see chickens in the backyards of the people in Scotia. It's a short little thing, but this is all I have, and thank you for your time. Yeah.
George,
I have no picture.
Oh.
There you go.
You're more than welcome to come over for eggs.
Yeah, thank you. You're not the only one that's spoken to me personally. I live on Bruce, and reading that ordinance for sure. It very much limits the number of properties that can accept
Answer.
hens. And
It's an omelet,
obviously it's a discussion we'll have to have again. So. But thank you.
Is there
George,
anybody
can you
else
hear
who
me?
heard a privilege on the floor?
George, can you hear me?
Getting all kinds of background noise. Can you feel that, Heather?
It very much limits the number of properties that can accept hens, obviously it's a discussion we'll have to have again.
Yes,
But thank you.
thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to be heard at privilege of the floor? Okay.
Heather, you're frozen up.
Oh, sorry. Just say your name and address if you would.
Hi, my name is Christine Rove. I live right across the street at 8 Robin Street. I just want to say these people are immaculate. These chickens that they have, I see Ian out there umpteen times a day, not only with her little basket, but she's constantly cleaning it out. I don't even hear the chickens. You don't sell the chickens. I would have never even known they had them there. For a couple of weeks they had them before I even realized they were chickens. The only time I hear anything is a little cluck here and there, and that's telling me they're laying an egg.
Okay, so we'll close.
So there's no problem with these chickens in this neighborhood. I think it's fantastic.
A resolution designating the Village of Scotia Board of Trustees, seeker lead agency, and adopting a seeker negative. Anybody else? For the Hudson Mohawk. Okay, so we'll close privilege of the floor. Item number 5.
I guess we're a little behind.
Is a resolution designating the Village of Scotia Board of Trustees, seeker lead agency, and adopting a seeker negative declaration for the Hudson Mohawk Shawnee Trail project.
Your microphone on your computer.
I guess we're a little behind.
And maybe we'll catch up now.
Okay, so can I have a motion to have the Scotia Board of Trustees, the seeker lead agency on the trail project?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Clerk call the roll?
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solichak,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
Yes,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Okay, and then we need to have a resolution adopting a negative declaration.
I'll make the resolution to adopt the negative declaration for the project of wastewater. Is it the
No,
wastewater?
that's the Mohawk Trail
That's the
project.
Mohawk Trail project.
I'll second.
Call the roll?
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solichak,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
yes.
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. You guys are welcome to boogie anytime you want. It's just, we got a bunch of boring DPW stuff for a while.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
How many chickens do you have?
Well,
15? Yeah, no.
Excuse me, could I get her address again? Because I couldn't hear.
It was Robin Street. I'm sorry, what number Robin Street were you at? 7 Robin.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. We will.
Okay, so item number 6. Can we have a motion to approve the proposal of the landscape architects engineering services required for the upgrades in Collins Park?
Okay, so since if we want to do this differently now that nobody else is watching, turn your speakers up and you turn this off. The sound off on this, so we'll be able to hear better there.
Is this the upgrades to Collins Park for the grant?
Yes.
Okay.
So do we have a motion for that?
I'll make the motion.
I would second that motion.
Quick call the roll?
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solichak,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
Yes,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes.
I'm gonna yell towards your microphone. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
yep.
It's a lot better. Thanks, George.
Oh, it's just trial and error. We're just trying to figure it out. If you don't like the town meetings, they don't have audio coming in from the whatever it is they use GoToMeeting, because that's the kind of the challenge is the delay in the video coming back at us. So we'll have to figure that one out.
A big delay this time. All right. Item number 7. This is a resolution awarding the bid for the Village of Scotia wastewater system improvements, contract number 1, waste removal and disposal to Precision Industrial Maintenance, Inc., in an amount not to exceed $434,000.
I'll make the motion to for the wastewater treatment plant as.
Okay.
I'll second.
Heather,
I'll second. Thank you.
call the roll. Maria?
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solichak,
Yeah.
trustee Rizzo,
Yes,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes.
Hey, Andrew, do you have any pictures of the 5,000 gallon fuel tank?
No, I missed that, unfortunately. They made quick work of it, though.
It's one of those things you won't see a lot in your life.
Very true.
Okay, so item number 8 Can we have a motion for resolution awarding the bid for the Village of Scotia wastewater system improvements contract number 2? WWTP demolition to Jackson Demolition and an amount not to exceed $129,844.
I would
Okay.
move the resolution.
I'll second.
I had a chat with Andrew earlier. We still haven't made a decision on whether to reuse the building there. That building demolition is in that contract, but he says we can back it out if we want to. It's better to have it in than out. So if the design plan comes in with that building being reused, we can still do that.
Yeah, the nice thing with the way, I'm sorry, do you have to do a second?
No, go ahead. We got a second.
The way that Prime bid it, I think there's 4 or 5 sections, and they bid each one, and we can pick and choose which we want to do. So like the tanks are one, the building is one, the large clarifier tank is another one. And it one isn't dependent on the other, which is nice how they did that.
Okay. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solochuk,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
Yes,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Item number 9, can we have a resolution awarding the bid for the Village of Scotia wastewater system improvements contract number 6, ACM abatement monitoring to Professional Service Industries, Inc., in an amount not to exceed $3,545.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solochuk,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
Yes,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Item number 10. Can we have a resolution to authorize the payment number 3 to CFI Contracting in an amount of $292,323.08 for wastewater pump station project contract 3, general construction?
I'll make the motion.
Oh, you're too late, Heather. George got
I'll
it.
second it then.
I'll second.
Okay. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solochuk,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
yes,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Item number 11, mayor's comments to the board. We have a few new businesses in town. I want to welcome. Some of them have been here for a little while, but I just this week stumbled over Weirdo Comics. They're in the sales area of Scotia Motors. So nice to see something happening in there after what, maybe 10 years. It's one of the magic kids from Catherine Street. Grew up with my kids, and they have a bunch of old comics and a bunch of new collectible stuff. It's pretty neat. I wouldn't know how to be interested in it myself, but I'm sure it seems like people are using it. So stop in and see that. Across the street is Scotia Music Academy. They, according to Justin, they're doing a really good job of teaching people music and managing social distancing at the same time. The Landis School of Dance has been there a little bit longer, but they're still pretty new and pretty exciting. And Bello Prizio, I think I'm not sure how to pronounce it, the pizza place at 5th and 50.
yeah.
Apparently very good place to get pizza. So things are looking good in Scotia. Item number 12, correspondence, liaison, and special committee reports. Heather?
I met with Chief Harrigan. Thank you again for your time, Chief. We went over a number of things. The monthly report was given to the board previously, and I just want to give a shout out to the officers. And in terms of the activity, just briefly, the police made 225 traffic stops, 130 vehicle and traffic arrests, 4 DWIs, 51 misdemeanors, and 6 felony arrests. So Scotia Police Department has been busy. We also discussed that there will be a traffic initiative the week of November 16th in the village. There will be some more correspondence from the chief with regards to getting the feedback from the board with regards to police reforms. We've been talking about that and forming a committee the last month or two, so I believe that we'll have more information on that shortly. The PBA, due to COVID, was not able to proceed. We're going to be forwarding information on that, I believe, because of COVID. They're going to be waiting for the springtime to hold their fundraiser. With regards to the budget, they are on track with this year's budget, June to June. And we will be looking at making accommodations for next year's budget. Again, we've spoken about some grant work. We're going to be looking into cameras, neighborhood watch program, and some other things that will be positive for the village of Scotia. And the grant that we did receive, I did mention that at our last meeting, the police traffic safety grant is continuing, and that will last a year. It will go until next October. So I think that's what I have with regards to the police. I did want to point out with regards to the town is taking a pretty strong stance on the uptick of COVID. The town supervisor did indicate on social media that the town offices will be closed in terms of people coming into the town offices. That will take place on November 23rd until further notice. With regards to our, the village here, village is still open, but I believe that we will be discussing that. The board and the mayor will be discussing that. Unfortunately, the rise in COVID makes us more alert as to the protocols that we have to take place. And so there may be some revisions, so stay tuned for that. Report from the clerk's office, water bills are due. Again, we have the online portal, we have the clerk's window that's still open, and of course by mail. But I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and stay safe, and let's just continue business as best we can during this very difficult time. Thank you.
Thanks, Heather. Joe?
Hey, we had a meeting of Holiday on the Avenue. It was in the paper this Monday about the Village of Scotia having a parade through the village. And I believe Glenville is doing a little thing about that too on Mallard Park. I will be having another article in the paper come out with the map of the route where we're planning on having it and who's going to be participating. We also, Tom, we have a number of people who can toot their horn on, as you stated, new businesses starting in the village. The Gazette had the best of the best. And I just want to mention a couple of the good things that are happening in the village. The Jade Bistro, for instance, and that's a pretty big category because the Gazette sends it all over the place, and they get first, second, and third. Well, the Jade Bistro has the best Chinese food in the area. They also had the best Thai food in the area. And they've had the best Japanese food in the area. Frank and Sons Body Shop was rated #1 for body and bodywork repair. Collins Park was on the list, was #3 and the best parks in the area, which is very good. We also had the Turf Tavern as best desserts. We had Jumpin' Jacks, #2 on the list for the best burger, which was the Jack Burger. And we also have our antique store across the street from us. They were #2 yesterday antiques for one of the best antique stores around. And Orlando Dance Studio got #3 in the category of the best dance studio. And Jumpin' Jacks also came in #3 for the best ice cream. And our coffee shop located on Mohawk Avenue came in #1 for one of the best coffee shops to visit. So we have a lot of good things here that came through for the village, and everybody should be proud of it. We made a lot of good name for ourselves and a lot of listings, so they did very well. That's all I have to report this month.
Joe,
And we're
you're
still
getting me
working.
kind of hungry here.
We're still going to be working on the parade. We'll have further information probably on our next board meeting. And we have, so far, we got the First National Bank of Scotia, which will be hosting Santa Claus this year, along with all our departments. I believe the bid is going to be putting in a float. And I believe also the committee is also going to put a float in the parade. So we're going to go out through the village, and we're going to get this into the newspaper a little bit more than the article did Monday. So we're to tell everybody what's going on and where they can see Santa Claus go by. So it should be a nice time. And we also trying to get all the downtown merchants to decorate their storefronts. So it's already started to happen. If you know, the antique store is already decorated, and you'll see a few more lights going up. And the village will be putting up their Christmas displays thanks to our DPW crew. They're going to put the new banners and the wreaths up for us and the bows on the lamppost. So everything's starting to come together, and the village is going to look real good, I hope, by the Christmas time. That's all I have to report.
Thank you, George.
Hey, Joe, just to say it, I guess, I mean, I just hope that we're taking into account all of the, the COVID guidelines to make sure everybody stays safe throughout all of this, and, just to make sure that nobody is, doing any mass assemblies, and that we're, just following the guidelines that we're.
Yeah, everybody will be wearing a mask. There'll be no mass groups, except if they
Trying
want
very hard for
to,
that.
if they want to come out in front of their driveway as we drive by.
You have any report?
We already,
You still talking?
Oh,
yeah, we're
Sorry.
already going to be telling the people that they can't gather on the streets, but they can be at the end of their property as we go by. So we're already working on that.
So yeah, okay, so it's not like coming to one place to watch it, it's going.
Correct,
by.
right. We'll be going throughout the
Okay.
village. That's
Great.
the
Thank you.
main purpose of this whole thing. We
Yeah.
didn't really want to have Holiday on the Avenue. We wanted to, but we have no way to control all the people and make sure everybody
Yeah.
wears masks. So we figured this is the best way to do it.
My misunderstanding, thank you.
You're welcome, George. Thank you.
I only just want to say, looking through the departmental reports, just thank you everyone who keeps things moving along. As all this goes through, there's 1,200 calls for the fire department and even through COVID, Andrew's teams did a remarkable job just keeping up with all that storm. I mean, I was just, that tree that came down at Second Austin there was huge. I couldn't, it's just, as you drive around and see all the storm damage, and it's just in an instant, and then all of a sudden there's all this work to do on top of, finishing up flushing the hydrants and repairing the repairs and, working on that catch basin on Sack and Dogga and then moving all the extra chairs out of here. Thank you to everybody and, seeing Jimmy and his team walking around, running around the park with the air compressor, pushing the water out of the sprinkler lines, making sure everything is ready for winter. Business as usual, and seeing Maria and her team in the clerk's office doing what is needed to be done there as well. I even got to file the police report with Officer Koch. Somebody hit my company truck at the Firestone and took off while it was parked there one time. So it's thank you very much for all of the things that are going on. It's been a busy time, and obviously we've got a lot of uncertainty ahead of us as we deal with different things day by day. So thanks to everybody.
Thank you, George. Item number 13, the departmental reports.
I move to
Think,
accept the
Department heads.
partner
and,
reports.
I do want to say, Dan, if you're still on, I really enjoy the reports from your three teams. They help a lot getting to feel what's going on in the village.
I'm here, Mayor.
Item number 15, I'm sorry, item 14 is the budget adjustments for October. Can we have a motion to adjust the budget?
I'll make the motion to adjust the budget for the month of October.
I will second that motion.
Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solochuk,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
Yes,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Item 15, audit of claims. Can we have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Gray,
Yes.
trustee Solochuk,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
yes,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Item 16, can we have a motion to approve the minutes of the October 14th regular meeting?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye. A motion to approve the minutes of the October 19th special meeting.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of the October 19th, 2020 Village Board of Trustees special meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Item 18, can we have a motion to approve the minutes of the November 3rd special meeting?
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of the November 3rd, 2020 Village Board of Trustees special meeting.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 19, new business. I didn't hear, Joe, from you or Heather, but I sent out the thing for Stewart's. Are you guys okay if we pursue that? We have one more item to settle with them before we can actually do it. Lydia had suggested two things that they adjust in their contract, and they only did one of them, and I sent him a note late this afternoon to take care of the other one, and I hadn't heard back yet. But are you guys okay with the concept of that? Can we keep moving?
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm good with it so far,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, you guys saw my question to Tom, and he answered it as well. Just make sure everybody was good with it. So Dan's good with it, and as long as Andrew, you're good with it, you got to plow it, and you agree with the space that it's good, and as long as everybody agrees with it. So that was all I cared about.
okay. So we will pursue that then and see where it goes. So we'll let you know. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that, Lydia?
No, not really. I mean, they did make most of the changes I had requested. I think maybe they even, the ones they didn't put in were relatively minor, and I think they just missed. But I tried to structure it to make sure that the new lot is ready as soon as we give up the other one, and that there'd be no expense to the village, that everything's done, and no closing costs or anything like that.
Do we need a resolution, or are we not at that point yet to approve the agreement?
I think we probably ought to wait till we get the final agreement
Okay.
from them. If you, yeah,
Okay.
can we do a Zoom meeting sometime next week, maybe? And, you know, if we,
Yep.
Yes.
is that okay, Lydia? I mean, if we,
Yeah, that's fine.
All right,
Just
all right.
as soon as we know, Maria can notice the meeting.
okay. All right, so, good, thank you, everybody. Future meetings, if you can note, we have a work session scheduled for the 1st at 6 o'clock, same as normal. We have the organizational meeting on the 7th. 6 o'clock, those don't take very long, but that's also a Monday, but that's
That's on the 7th, Tom?
that's on the 7th at 6 o'clock. That's in the, somehow in the law that we had that's the date we need to do it. And then on the,
And on the 1st, right?
on the 9th is the regular meeting. At 7.
Do I need to change anything? I just didn't hear what you said.
Okay, so we got a work meeting on the
Council
1st,
Meeting on the 7th,
organization meeting on the 7th, and board meeting on the 9th.
correct.
Okay,
Okay, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Hey,
I'll make that motion.
just wanna
Wait,
know, I'm
hang
sorry,
on.
Is how's the video on the camera? Does it look fuzzy? Because it looks fuzzy on my iPad, but it looks good here. Does it look fuzzy to you guys?
Doesn't
The one
look,
that says Scotia Village Hall?
doesn't look fuzzy to me.
I
No,
think it
it's
looks good.
yeah, it looks very good from here.
And that one too?
Yes, it
Maybe
looks
it's just my
fine.
screen. Okay.
Maybe clean the screen.
Maybe.
I just wanted to mention one more thing. Joe and I and Lydia, with some input from Lewis, we made some proposed changes to some upcoming codes. And I know we've spoken about this a few occasions, but there was a little bit of a delay, but we did gather everyone's thoughts, and we should be able to present that at the next work session. So everything has been completed, and I'm looking forward with Joe to introduce that at the next work session. And I want to thank Lewis as well for having input on that.
Okay, thank you. And I do, I'll bring this up next time, but I do have a petition here from the woman who was here with the chickens. It was about 50 signatures on it. So we do have some interest anyway, which is good.
Is that the one on 7 Robin?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're from all over the place, but
But who spoke today?
yeah.
Okay.
Do they sell the eggs?
And I don't think so. We better not get into that, Joe.
Retail?
Can we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Have everybody
Good night.
have a good Thanksgiving and a safe
night.
one, please.
Yeah, and keep your meetings to under 10.
Okay.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
So, I'm sorry.